What's going on, everybody? This is Joe.
And Damien.
And we are back with another episode of Dream Daddy. Last time we went on a second date with Hugo after some weird stuff with our final date with Robert, which we are retconning. It never happened. Don't worry about it. It did, and you all saw it. But yeah, we went on our second date with Hugo and found out that he is a wrestling fan, a closeted wrestling fan.
Yeah.
So, as I mentioned last time, if you missed...
not the cool dad.
And not the cool dad. His ex is the cool dad for Ernest. As I mentioned last time, Amy is in complete control over what we're doing. She has a plan that she has concocted in her tricksy little brain, and I have no idea what we're going to do next. So, Amy, my question to you is, which of these dads are we going to read their profile for and then go on a date with, or are we just going to finish up with Hugo after the last one?
Damien.
Ooh, okay. So just as a reminder to everybody, I usually do this, I forgot this time. We have been on 2 dates with everybody except Damien. So here we go. Second date with Damien. Do we want to read his profile again?
Yeah.
How do you do? I have finally decided to join this information superhighway. I'm not entirely sure how this works, but I will try my best to understand. I love long strolls through graveyards and spending time with my son. If you would ever like to chat about the latest in Victorian fashion, the inevitability of our own demise, or black cats, please send me a letter.
I mean... I made the comment last time that there is no such thing as latest in Victorian fashion.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, strolling in graveyards, do it. Talking about inevitable demise, definitely do it. Cats, I'm not a cat person.
Yeah.
They're fine. They're fine.
So, on a Friday night, you are most likely to listen to true crime podcasts while I taxidermy my newest specimens.
I will listen to true crime podcasts.
Sure.
But taxidermy, no.
Yeah.
No.
Although the insects thing was kind of cool. The butterflies and stuff that he was doing. If you had one thing to take with you onto a desert island, what would it be? A coffin.
Yeah, that's gross.
What are your turn-ons? Pronouncing bosom correctly.
That's, how is that a turn on?
Hey, who knows? What do you want to be when you what did you want to be when you grew up? A bat.
That's really dumb.
What's your favorite movie genre? Foreign art house horror.
Okay. I mean, that's, yeah. It's fine.
What's your ideal date? It's night. We are at an industrial dark wave club in Berlin. The music drums to the beat of our hearts.
That one I remember being like, yeah, I love that one.
And what do you never leave home without? An upside down cross.
No.
And finally, I spend a lot of time thinking about mortality salience.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
We are messaging Damien.
Yeah, this bio sucks, but we're messaging Damien.
Okay. Managing debt is just part of being an adult, but, you know, that doesn't have to be a foregone conclusion. I'm just saying. Anyway.
It kind of does nowadays.
Unfortunately. My point is it shouldn't have to be, but it is. I had a lot of fun hanging out with Damien the other day. I wonder what he's up to. I open up Dad Book and start writing him a message when Amanda walks in the door. Dad, you got a letter. Oh, is it from Grandma? No, it's from Damien. Whoa, can I see it? Amanda hands me a piece of old parchment, folded into an envelope and sealed with purple wax. Damn, the dude goes all out. I pry off the seal and unfold the letter. In the most beautiful calligraphy, the letter reads, Dearest Peter, I hope you'll find my continued correspondence endearing rather than trying. One can only hope that my use of the slower, more traditional form of communication will showcase my sincere and earnest sentiment that I greatly enjoyed our time together. I write this hastily under the warm embrace of excitement, fearful that I may misstep and speak towards something unwelcome. For now, I hope that you might forgive my boldness. I will simply say that your company has greatly occupied my thoughts. While the afternoon may have been derailed by forces unforeseen, your companionship helped a great deal, not only in the discipline of my child, but in the morale of my spirit, and for that, I thank you. That said, Peter, if you'll allow me, it would mean the world to me if I could enjoy more of your time. Perhaps a trip to the cinema, followed by a moonlit stroll, would be to your taste. I eagerly await your response. With great respect, D. Bloodmarch.
Absolutely.
This
How
is
sweet.
badass.
I love this.
Yeah.
I definitely want to go to the movies and take a walk outside in the night.
Amanda and I both look up from the letter. Wow. He's good. Yeah, he sent a thank you note for hanging out. So, you gonna catch a movie with him? Yeah, I better message him on Dadbook and let him know. Amanda slaps my laptop shut. What? You have to write him back. A real letter. But my handwriting looks like two toddlers fighting over a crayon.
Yes.
Dad, you have to. He wrote you a letter. That's so cool. Will you help me? I need to class this up. Father, I was made for this. Here's what you do.
I feel like she wasn't. I already know it.
Find tickets to a show you two will like, then enclose them in the letter.
Whoa, alright.
Oh, that's classy.
That's bold. I mean, he talked in the letter about being bold, just like saying, hey, I liked you. And it's like, this shit's bold. This is like some, Pretty Woman bullshit.
Amanda and I hop onto my laptop and peruse showtimes. He doesn't seem like a romantic comedy kind of guy.
Right.
Oh, here's one. Vampire Crusade 2? Evil Never Dies. I don't know, that sounds kind of stupid. Actually, it's a critically acclaimed exploration into the ennui of existence. It really turns the vampire trope on its head.
Interesting.
Really? Nah, there's just lots of blood and vampire titties.
That sounds right.
Well, let's roll the dice. Oh my god, why? I purchase the tickets and print them out, then sit down at the table with Amanda to try drafting a nice letter. Oh my god.
Why is that the movie you picked? Like, invite him over to watch something old.
Yeah.
At your house.
Yeah. I start writing. Damien, I do hope that this letter finds you in good health, hey, or good morrow to you on this fine eve.
Hell no to the last one. Hell no to the second one. Definitely the first one.
Right? Good one. What's next? Hey, remember when your son tried to cask of Amontillado that kid? You been good, or I must confess of my amateur control of the written word.
Yeah, the last one.
Right? Huh? Geez, Dad, have some faith in yourself. Okay, we're trucking along. Let me know how you're feeling. You find me in good spirits, for I felt very much the same after our last encounter. I did very much enjoy the adventure we found ourselves on the last we met. Or that Ernest shit was pretty messed up.
The second one.
Not bad. Good action-y sentence.
Yeah.
Ask him to hang out already. True art takes time, Amanda. While a strange turn of events, I found myself enamored of the situation at hand. Like Bruegel's landscape with the fall of Icarus, I find myself lost in your details. Or let me, get at that.
Let me get at that.
Okay.
The first one.
Yep, that's what I would have said as well. Bring it home, Pops. Let me take you out. I got 2 tickets to the movies. I would very much
me out.
I would very much enjoy your company, accompanying me to the cinema, or it would bring me great pleasure to escort you to the cinema.
The last one, since we bought the tickets.
Smooth. Calling it the cinema is a classy move. Enclosed, you'll find 2 tickets to Vampire Crusade 2, Evil Never Dies, which I'm sure you will find both titillating and enjoyable. Exactly.
Got it.
Best wishes, hard daps, namaste, or we'll carry on.
Best wishes.
Yep. And then I sign my name. My full name. Fancier that way. Peter Goku. Much fancier. Is this okay? Amanda reads over my sloppy handwriting. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Writes like a child.
You spelled his name wrong. What? Nah, just trying to keep you on your toes. Now all you have to do is seal it and put it in his mailbox. Can I seal it with tape?
Yes.
That's not authentic enough. I have an idea. I'll be right back. Amanda leaves the room and returns with a candle, a lighter, and a small piece of wood. You gotta have a wax seal. She lights the candle, which starts to burn down and form a pool of melted wax. What's that other thing? Amanda pours some of the wax onto the folded letter and expertly presses the small piece of wood into it. She lets it dry for a second and pulls the wood away, revealing... Here it is, your sigil.
Oh god.
A little kitten with a bow on its head. Awesome. Scrapbooking stuff always comes in clutch.
Yes, I am Amanda.
That can confirm. Well, I guess all there is to do is deliver it to his doorstep now, huh? Oh, I thought we were getting a carrier pigeon to do it. I already called my guy.
Yes.
I have a pigeon guy. Marcus has the good pigeons. Don't get your pigeons from Anthony. They're no good. I don't want to know if any of this is true. Fair. I head outside and walk over to Damien's house. I slip the letter into the slot in his door and go back home. Mission accomplished? Now we play the waiting game. Whoa. It's the movies.
Yeah.
The night finally rolls around where I'm supposed to meet with Damien. The next day, he had left another beautifully crafted letter thanking me for mine and agreeing to the evening. Amanda helps me pick out a nice outfit, and I show up to the theater a little bit early. It's a chilly night, and the theater's kind of crowded, but it's still nice.
You didn't even pick him up?
How do you do? Jesus. I jump at the sound of his voice and turn around to see Damien right behind me. You almost gave me a heart attack. How long were you there for? I don't know. I just walked up. My apologies for frightening you. Was that thunder? Is it going to rain soon? I didn't hear anything. What the hell is the loudest thing ever?
Okay, we're about to die.
What?
Huh.
What? Regardless, the hour grows close. Shall we take our seats in the cinema? I must thank you again for purchasing our tickets. Please, allow me to repay the deed in Sour Patch Kids or perhaps Milk Duds.
Sour Patch Kids, please.
Let's do it. We get in line to buy snacks. As we're waiting, I hear a familiar voice behind us. Is it Matt and Brian again?
Oh, Christ.
My dad's here.
It's Lucian.
It sure is.
Great.
I turn around to find Lucian standing a few feet behind us with a gaggle of other goth kids. Lucian, how nice to see you. I didn't know you were coming to the theater. I'm glad to see you spending some quality time with your friends.
Aw, that's sweet.
Whatever, Dad.
Fuck you, kid. Fuck you. He was being so sweet.
And what movie will you be attending tonight? My friends are making me see some kids movie about talking animals. I don't really care about it.
Is it Zootopia? Be Zootopia.
Probably. I don't think Zootopia was around back when this game was made. I don't recall. Well, I do hope you enjoy your evening. We'll be watching Vampire Crusade 2, Evil Never Dies.
What?
You? Watching that? Yeah, I thought Damien would enjoy it.
Huh.
Ha! Good luck with that, Dad.
Yes. Yes.
Lucian,
this is gonna be great.
Lucian rejoins his friends, and I look over to Damien. Good luck with what? It's nothing. My son loves to tease. We wait in line for a little longer, and Damien buys us snacks. He seems a little nervous. I wonder what's wrong. Damien and I take our seats and settle in for previews. Glancing at him, I can see that he's sweating profusely and gripping his armrest.
Oh, God.
What the hell? Is everything okay? Vampires, huh? Or the movie hasn't even started yet.
Is everything okay?
Everything is perfectly fine.
Huh.
I'm so, excited for this film. I'm a devoted patron of the arts, especially the scary arts. The scarier the art, the better. Aw, he doesn't like scary movies.
Oh, he's sweating because he's gonna masturbate in the theater.
Ew! What the... Wow! That escalated very quickly.
Well, it's about to escalate more when he starts.
I guess so. Do you have a favorite horror movie? Of course I have a favorite horror movie. Mine is Halloween Town. Terrifying.
I love Halloween Town.
You would.
But Calabar's Revenge is the best one.
Wow. Oh, interesting.
But my favorite horror movie is, of course, The Lost Skeleton of Cadavra.
Yeah. Look that one up, everybody, because I'm
Do it.
sure you don't know it.
It's so good.
Oh, God.
It's so good.
Ugh.
It's the best. It's the best thing ever.
That's odd. I don't seem to remember Halloween Town being that scary. I would have expected him to bring up some sort of strange foreign horror film that I'd never heard of. Damien's knuckles are turning white. It looks like he's about to rip the armrest off. Wait a second. Damien, are you afraid of horror movies?
Ha!
You must be joking. I love horror movies. The lights dim for the film. Damien screams.
Why did he sound like a child?
I don't know. He's very scared. Yeah, he's very scared. I apologize. I was thinking about something far scarier than this movie, which is not scary at all.
Oh my god, this is great. Oh, I'm loving this so much.
We settle in as the film starts. I offer Damien some licorice, and he takes one. I take note of how much his hands are shaking. The title flashes across the screen in bloody letters. Vampire Crusade 2, Evil Never Dies.
Huh.
A pale man with long silver hair, glittering red eyes, and well-oiled abs sits up in a coffin. Romulus Badblood is the dude's name. Alright, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this voice, but I sure am going to try for all of you.
Ugh.
Don't say I don't commit.
Oh, this is going to be great.
Awaken my coven. 2 more vampires slide the tops of their stone coffins onto the floor. Demetrius Morvant. Brother, is it time? No, I messed it up immediately. Carmela von Ruden. Yes, husband, but also mortal enemy. It is time.
Oh my god.
The 3 look at each other and then to the camera. For the Vampire Crusade! This rules. The trio of vampires flies off into the night as foreboding organ music plays in the distance. I somehow get lost in the movie. As dumb as it sounded, it's actually a pretty fun flick.
He's not checking in on Damien.
We get to a tense moment of the movie where Romulus Trueblood sits at a truce meeting with the general of the human army whose wife Romulus has fallen in love with. General: Romulus, it's good to finally meet you. General. Oh, General. I agree. It's good to finally blood you.
What?
Romulus leaps out and slashes the General's throat. Blood splatters over everything, including the camera.
Ugh.
Damien screams again, reflexively grasping my hand. And that's why you see horror movies on dates, everybody. I immediately blush, forgetting about any vampires or blood or vampiric blood.
Ha!
Oh, I'm terribly sorry. Damien retracts his hand and places it back in his lap.
Huh.
I was writing a novel in my head about blood magic, and I got to an extremely scary section. In other words, he's trying to pretend that he's not afraid.
No, I know, but he's doing a really bad job.
Yeah, because he's too scared to think of real answers. Damien goes back to quietly stressing out over the movie. It's kind of cute that he won't admit that he's afraid of it.
So why aren't you helping, you asshole?
I wish he would hold my hand again. Maybe I could do something to try to make him feel more comfortable.
Like, take his hand?
I've got it. I'll do it. All dads do best. Talk during the movie.
That's what I do.
Yep. Tell a dad joke, point out plot hole, or ask what's happening.
Tell a dad joke.
Where does a dog go when it loses its tail? Where? To the retail store. See, you laugh.
So fucking bad.
I hate that one. That one's terrible.
It's so bad.
I yell that last bit a little too loud for a crowded movie theater, but I can see a smile form on Damien's face.
Oh.
Good one, Peter.
Huh.
The rest of the movie goes by relatively smoothly, with only a few whimpers from Damien. Maybe he would have liked the romantic comedy better.
Yeah.
We get to the final scene of the movie where Romulus Badblood and the General's wife embrace each other in his crypt. It appears that the true vampire crusade was the vampire crusade in our hearts, our cold, unbeating hearts. Romulus and the General's wife begin making out. Hard.
Oh my.
The film fades to black and the end appears on the screen. But then it hard cuts to Demetrius and his rival lover Carmela, who watch the two from afar. Oh no, twist ending. Demetrius Morvant. I'm just going to do the same accent. It's not good, but... Our bloodline has been pure for 1,000 years. Romulus has betrayed us by loving a human woman. This is the worst accent I've ever done. Sorry, everybody. It will only be a short time before the next Vampire Crusade 3. Evil must die again. More thunder, more ominous organs. The movie fades out again, and a bloody question mark now accompanies the end. Good, thank God I don't have to do that. I'm so sorry, everybody. Damien and I walk out of the movie theater amidst throngs of chattering moviegoers. He's a little more pale than I remember, but otherwise he survived the encounter. He even seems kind of invigorated. What an interesting film. While the premise admittedly struck me as pedestrian, I was intrigued by its harrowing love story and great attention to detail in regards to vampiric love. Lore, thank you. Yeah, it was pretty good. A lot more vampire titties than I thought there would be. Wow, Peter, really?
You suck so much.
Come, the night is young. Let's take a stroll.
Yes.
Damien is making a point of not telling me where he's taking me. Still, I'm enjoying the walk and the cool night air. Being alone here with Damien is a lot better than being in a crowded theater. Lovely night, isn't it? As lovely as the company. Yes. Adorable. He thinks I'm lovely. Damn. Okay, here comes the smooth response. Thanks, cool, or okay?
Okay.
Okay? You're not gonna thank him for the compliment? As lovely as the company, yes. Okay.
Yes.
You want to say okay?
Yes.
Oh my god. All right. Crushed it.
I don't see any black orbs. We're good.
Oh my god. We both stand there feeling a little awkward. I sure am one smooth operator. Are you getting a little hungry? We could maybe stop off and grab something to eat. Worry not, friend. I've a plan.
Oh.
We turn the corner and are greeted by the gates of a cemetery? What?
Oh my god, are we gonna have a picnic?
Ew. Are we going in there? Not ew to the picnic, by the way. Picnic to, or ew to a picnic in a graveyard.
Oh, please.
Are we going in there?
Oh.
A little bit of Victorian flavor, Peter. Trust me. I'm a bit nervous, but Damien hasn't led me wrong yet. What the hell is happening with the music? But Damien hasn't led me wrong yet. I follow his lead as we walk into the cemetery. Statues of angels stare down at us as we follow a path through the faded tombstones. As we crest a small hill, we get a beautiful view of the city. The night lights sparkle around us. I gotta hand it to him. For being in a cemetery, this is strangely romantic. Picnicking in... Damn it, Amy. Picnicking in graveyards is an old Victorian tradition. An appropriate finish to an evening after a vampire movie, wouldn't you say? With a flourish, Damien produces a blanket and picnic basket. From where? Is he like one of those cartoon characters where like you can just make anything appear if you put your hand behind your back and then just pull it out again?
Yeah.
Wait, where were you hiding that? Thank you. Jesus.
There's no question mark. That means it's rhetorical.
Yeah. Under my cloak? Why is that a question?
That's not a cloak. That's a cape.
Oh.
Cloaks
right.
are longer and have hoods. And curve more around your arms to the front of your body.
How did he sit in a movie theater if he had a picnic basket in his cape?
It was under his dick.
It's a very small picnic basket.
Very small picnic basket.
We are each having a grape on this picnic.
Sorry, I just can't. This is too much.
Oh, right. Damien unfolds the blanket and we both sit down, gazing out at the city lights.
I just assumed it was in the car.
Yeah, I did too, but...
Apparently not.
No, because they went for a walk from the movie theater. They didn't go back to the car once. He produces a bottle of red wine and a fine selection of cheeses. We're just getting effed up on cheeses recently.
Dick cheese.
Ew. In the Victoria... Oh, sorry. I have to actually do Damien's voice now.
Sorry, you need to give me a second.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
We won't tell you what time it is. Amy's getting a little punchy. I don't blame you. Okay. In the Victorian era, there were no public art galleries, parks, or botanical gardens to speak of. Once rural graveyards became a more popular alternative to church burials, they became the only place that people could see beautiful plant life and fine sculptures.
I feel like that's not true.
That makes sense. This is pretty nice. I have a question, though. How are you so okay with being in a graveyard, but you had trouble handling a scary movie? Ow, called out.
Oh my.
I wasn't. He sighs deeply. Okay, yes. I was extremely scared by that movie. I was not writing a book about blood magic in my head. Are you sure? God damn it.
I can't.
I just have never been good at those. I just feel as if because of how I look and act, people expect me to love horror films, so I must play the part. Truth be told, I don't know if I have the constitution for them at times.
I mean, that was apparent.
Damien, I'm so sorry. If I'd known, I would have suggested another movie. It's quite alright. I actually did find myself enjoying this one, thanks to your help. graveyards, however, I think there's something rather beautiful about death. Cemeteries are traditionally built away from cities, away from the realm of the living, and it keeps us rather separated from it.
Oh.
To acknowledge death and become comfortable with it, I think, gives us a certain intimate knowledge of ourselves.
Oh.
To sit amongst generations of those who came before us, to be truly alive in the midst of so much death, brings me great comfort.
Oh.
Death helps me appreciate life, to savor every second. We sit and enjoy... Oh, sorry, that's not Damien anymore. We sit and enjoy our food and wine. I don't feel scared anymore. Never thought I'd be comfortable sitting alone in a graveyard at night. You're not alone. What the hell? But I actually feel very peaceful. Is, like, Damien a figment of your damn imagination? How are you alone in a graveyard right now? Doesn't make any sense.
Huh.
Suddenly, it doesn't seem like we're alone. Off in the distance, I see a shadowy figure in the trees. Oh, and the music got all creepy now.
Oh, shit.
What is that?
Ah!
I'm not sure. It noticed us. I'm paralyzed with fear as it begins lumbering slowly towards us, its shape taking a more animal form, more feral. I look to Damien for help, but he's just as afraid and transfixed as I am. I want to scream, but it's stuck in my throat. The creature's getting closer, moving faster.
Ah!
Woof!
Huh.
Oh.
Oh.
It's a dog.
It's a cute dog.
As it finally comes into the light, the friendliest, dumbest little Boston Terrier I've ever seen pulls its owner towards us. The dog trots over to Damien and sniffs at his hands. Damien looks ecstatic.
Is that what a Boston Terrier looks like? I don't think that's
I
right.
know next to nothing about dog breeds. I could not tell you. Damien looks ecstatic. He ruffles the dog's fur happily. That dog does look doofy as hell.
Yeah.
And I love him.
Definitely.
What a beautiful dog. Hey. We both look up, not expecting to see.
Robert.
Makes sense. Thanks. Robert, what are you doing out here on this lovely evening? Oh, that's his dog. We never met his dog. But he said it was a bulldog.
Yeah. No, he said it was a
Pit bull?
pit bull.
And it's a Boston Terrier.
Yeah.
So he lies.
He lies about everything.
Weird, huh?
Huh.
Hunting cryptids.
Huh.
What? What? I didn't know you had a dog. Oh my god, game. We've literally heard about his dog once from him verbally and heard the dog in the damn house
Yeah,
once.
we've heard about the dog like multiple
Oh my
fucking
god.
times.
Okay.
Like 3 times already.
Yep.
Hey.
This isn't my dog. I found her wandering in the street. I put a leash on her, and now we're walking around this graveyard together. Hunting cryptids.
Oh.
Damien and I share a look. May I give her a treat? Sure. Wouldn't give her cheese, though. Not to worry. Damien reaches into the depths of his cloak and produces a small dog treat. What else is he
What the
keeping
hell?
in there?
How many pockets are sewn into the lining of this cape?
Right?
Which is not a cloak, by the way.
The dog laps up the treat and crunches away, tail wagging furiously. Damien continues to smooth down her fur. She really is adorable.
Yeah.
Thanks. My absolute pleasure. Damien shakes the dog's paw. Awesome.
Oh.
Lovely to meet you, my friend. May our paths cross again. Robert and his dog disappear into the darkness again. Damien stares after them. I didn't know you liked dogs.
Ah.
Victorians loved dogs, actually. Most Victorian women of high fashion would always be accompanied by a small dog, such as a terrier or a Maltese.
I also don't think that's true.
I, think big dogs are nice, too. Yeah, man, dogs are cool. I do believe we've had enough excitement for one night. What say we make our way home? Damien hops to his feet and extends a hand to help me up. I gladly take it as my knees aren't what they used to be.
Yeah.
God, I've been
Because
there.
Ernest hit them with rocks. Stupid bitch.
He packs up his picnic basket and leads us out of the graveyard. As we begin the walk home, I take one last look at the cemetery. It really is beautiful.
Oh,
Like a proper gentleman, Damien walks me to my doorstep. Thank you ever so kindly for your company tonight. Damien, it was my pleasure. Peter, if you'll allow me, it would bring me great joy to offer you a token of my affection.
Did he make us the bouquet?
Oh, I just thought he was going to kiss us. Damien, yeah, you're right. Oh, well, okay.
Oh.
Damien reaches into his cloak and pulls out a folded, monogrammed handkerchief. He presses it into my hand. Wow, thank you, Damien. I will use this to dry my tears for those I've lost. I can't wait to sneeze on this, or I'm going to wave this at passing ships.
I'll wait for that passing ships.
I approve. Damien shuffles his feet. I just want to say that it's rare to find someone like you. Someone who's open to my eccentricities. It's nice to feel so accepted. Thank you. Damien gives my hand a quick squeeze.
Cute.
Damien blushes and hastily retracts his hand. I must take my leave. Good night. Before I can say anything else, he's gone.
That's because he disappeared.
Huh. I unlock the door and step inside.
Huh?
Like a whirlwind, Amanda runs from the window. She was watching us and plops down on the couch, trying to look nonchalant. Hey, Dad, what's up? Were you watching me from the window?
Huh.
No, I was just, Okay, yes. How was the movie? Lots of vampire titties. Told you. But, as it turns out, Damien is Wait, Amanda doesn't need to know that. I'll keep it between me and Damien. Scary cool. Yep, he's so cool it's scary. Nice save, Peter.
Oh, wow.
It was not. Did you know that graveyards used to be a place to throw parties? I think I'm
Definitely not what he
Yeah, I think I'm misremembering that. Wow, that's pretty punk. Also, we saw a dog. Definitely thought it was a werewolf for a minute, though. How can you be so sure it wasn't a werewolf? How can you be so sure I'm not a werewolf? And how can I be so sure you're not a werewolf? Amanda's eyes narrow. I don't trust you. Nor I you. We make intense, wary eye contact for a second. Anyway, I'm calling it for the night. Don't stay up too late, will ya? I'll try not to howl at the moon past midnight. I think we did pretty well. The sliders don't show that, but...
Are you familiar with the works of Corey Feldman? He simply slayed in The Lost Boys.
We got a fucking S.
Hell yeah, high five. We got nothing on rom-com, very little on horror, a little bit more on darkness and Edwardian, over half on bonding, and less on cell phone holster.
Weird.
Okay. But hey, that was awesome.
Yeah.
We did pretty damn well.
Yeah.
That was really adorable towards the end there, and how, like, sweet he was being.
Welcome. You've got dads.
Wow. So, ladies, gentlemen, really everybody under the sun, this is spectacular, Amy. I really like that you did this, because now we have been on 2 dates with everybody on Dad Book. Everybody. So, the next date that we go on will be our final date with someone. Spoilers, I bet you it's Robert. It's not. Yeah, that will be on the next episode. We're done for now, but I mean, that's so cool. We've now been on 2 dates with everybody.
Yep.
And I have questions, but I think I'll save them for next time to see where you go from there.
Okay.
But I'm very intrigued. And if you all at home are intrigued as well, then please feel free to subscribe down below and ring that bell so that you can be notified when all of our videos come out.
Please.
It does help us out a lot, but also if you want to find out what happens next, if you've been following along with this journey. But yeah, that is going to be the end, as I said. And for now, from us here at the Geek for All family of channels, I have been Joe.
And I'm Amy.
And as we always say, in whichever video of ours you watch next, we will see you all next time. Thanks, everybody.